Hey Internet Nation, Alex and Ashley here. I just got back in from a whole bunch of stuff. There's a weasel in my boot. So yeah, I'm pretty exhausted because I am running off of 3 hours of sleep. Can't wait for my glasses to calm down. I'm gonna go back into glasses mode. Look at this. Look at this. Scratching in my boot. So yeah. Question. What up with gendered people and their excessive need to point out gender? Has anybody else noticed that that's like a inherent cis thing? That cisgendered people like pointing out gender and talking about gender? Why is that? Like you never really have to like continuously remind a non-binary person that you're non-binary, or to like not call you woman or man or anything gendered, really, ma'am or sir. We don't even really have like non-gendered terms for to like address people, or not really, not like a title. But why do we even need the Mr. or Mrs. title? That's just semantics. I mean, I don't really know how to have a conversation about this when it's just me. I'm pretty frazzled because I just did a bunch of biking. My throat feels extra raw today. And it doesn't help that I've been breathing through a mask all day. That's not where I should have thrown that. But that's like so annoying. Like when your throat is raw. I also almost had a panic attack at the doctor's office. Not for like any particular reason. It was just a lot of stuff. Like I was sitting there and I had to pee because, I always have to pee when I go to the doctor. Otherwise, I'm going to be there for a hot minute. But I was also like initially already anxious because I was supposed to take a shower last night, but I never did. And then I was going to like give myself a whore bath this morning. But as per usual, I opened my door and somebody was in the bathroom. So I didn't get to take a whore bath. So I was nervous because I'm like super funky under all my sweaters. And I'm wearing like 3 sweaters under, 2 sweaters and my windbreaker, which is like tight around the butt area. So then I'm kind of like freaking out because I'm like, my movement is restricted. And on top of that, like my acid reflux was like, I don't even know what the fuck it was doing. I also kind of had to pee. Sometimes when I have to pee, I have like this weird sensation in my stomach. Like, you know how when you have to pee and it feels like you really have to go, but not that sensation, I guess. Maybe different sensation. That was a bad way of describing it. It was more like, I don't know, when you're like laying in bed and you're like, I have to pee, but I could probably also wait till the morning. Something like along those lines. And I was also wearing a mask, and my breathing was very haggard, because also like I only got 3 hours of sleep last night, which isn't enough. Like I need at least 5 hours, or otherwise I'm gonna wake up groggy. Otherwise, like I would just be better off staying up all night. But I was laying there really comfortable, and I'm just like, this is really nice, so I'll just go to sleep, and then if I get enough sleep, then I get enough sleep, and if not, I'll just go back to sleep. And yeah, now I'm finally back home, so I can go back to sleep, and I have a few hours before my therapist is going to call me. Maybe. I don't know. My therapist is giving me PTSD, and my social worker says that I should change my therapist if it's not working out. And, I'm pretty sure somebody who already has, like, chronic post-traumatic stress disorder doesn't really need more post-traumatic stress disorder generated by somebody not calling on time or calling from different numbers. And, like, I don't fucking know. I don't even know what happened on Friday, but I bet you she's gonna tell me that she called and I didn't answer. Like, either you didn't call or I answered and you hung up, or you answered and mumbled at me. So I need you to stop blaming me for things that are out of my control. Because, like, you calling me from a fucked up number does not reflect me. Me picking up the phone and then hanging up on you because you were, like, muffled and mumbling at me. That's all on you. You know, like, maybe you shouldn't call your client mumbling. Like, you shouldn't call them chewing shit. But anyway, I don't know. I just wanted to ramble a little bit. It was weird because I was talking to the social worker, and it's like anytime I talk to any, I guess, adult, any other adult or like person, I guess, a professional, about my plans to kill myself for my birthday, it always sounds so weird, especially since it's tomorrow. And I could only imagine like the red flags and the alarms that would go off if I didn't decide to not kill myself. So like, I don't know, they probably wouldn't have let me leave if I was just like, yeah, I was thinking about killing myself, and I was like dedicating these last few months to actually like make this a life worth living, but it hasn't really been working out. So I'm just gonna go through with it. Okay, bye. I'm just gonna walk away and kill myself tomorrow. Can you imagine? That'd be kind of funny. But I can't because I have to enjoy my baby Hanako and my baby Kiri. Don't question why he's always next to me. That's just... That right there was actually irony. But yes, I do keep him close. Actually, I think I put him on my table last night because I was supposed to put the sheets on my bed, you know, but I never did because it was like 5 in the morning. So anyway, I started like talking about something different. Why does cisgendered people use gender terms so much? Because like you never really hear a non-binary person being all like, oh, so woman, what are you up to? Or what are you talking about, woman? What are you talking about, man? I mean, granted, that's a lot of the time I find that that's a male thing. Like, people tend to say cis a lot, but that's like, at this point, a term of endearment more than just somebody referring to your gender, because like gay males say cis. I skipped a beat because I was going to say homosexual males, and then I started thinking about why I refer to them as homosexuals and not gays, but gay can be a confusing term anyway, because if you refer to a female as gay, some ignorant people might think that gay only means male liking male and doesn't include lesbian as well as the other facets of homosexuality. I could be wrong about that. Gay could just be the classification of male and male, but at the same time, it also originated from a time when lesbians were not acknowledged and bisexuality probably wasn't a thing. Wow, society is really restricted. And I feel like that really goes into the gender things because, like, I don't know, I just find that I have the hardest time getting acceptance from those people. Usually those are the people that like to, like, refer to you as, like, woman. So then it's really hard to have a conversation with those people and be like, hey, I don't identify as a woman, so if you could stop calling me a woman, like, I'd rather you refer to me as a faggot, a trap, a nigga. It just feels disrespectful. Like, I don't go up to dudes and I don't call them woman. I don't, like, genderize them. I don't misgender them. I don't, like, try to make them feel uncomfortable. But I feel like it just comes down to the fact that, like, a lot of the times males will be out here and they will disrespect you, because I find a lot of the time males will associate disrespecting somebody as like endearment. Like they kind of think that if you disrespect somebody, then that's a form of flirting. I guess that's like an advanced form of like when little boys would pick on you in high school. I hope they're not still picking on people they like in high school. But like little boys in middle school and school will like pick on you because they like you, or I don't know. I mean, I'm a tsundere, so I pick on everybody I like. The more I like you, the more I pick on you, because I'm also just an asshole, and like I can't have people who aren't assholes. I mean, granted, I can have friends who aren't assholes, and I happen to love my sweet bean friends, but you can't be in the middle. You have to be like a huge asshole or a sweetie, because that's just how it works. You're either super innocent or just a demon. Just a demon. So anyway, there might be a connection between like people genderizing you and disrespecting you as a woman, which is like weird because like 9 times out of 10 I'm pretty like numb to it, but like I only really try with the people that matter. So like I don't hang out with a lot of people. There's Adonis and them, and they refer to me as they. They don't really call me she, and usually if they do call me she, they correct themselves. But I don't really mind, because like I know they don't mean it maliciously, and they usually refer to me as they. But like I really don't mind. It's the fact that like when somebody genders you, when somebody like refers to you as a gender, they usually tend to beat you over the head with it. Like when you're talking to a dude and he calls you woman. Usually he will call you woman because you tried to defend yourself, or you said something logical, or you weren't putting up with their bullshit. So usually they will like call you by your gender, kind of like to demean you. I've never really, to my knowledge, in this current moment, I can't think of a time when a dude has like referred to a female as woman in like an enduring way, like, oh, woman, I love you, or woman, you're so special to me. Actually, I've never heard that. I've never heard somebody use woman in that way, which is even more concerning because it's like, is that a term that's only used to dehumanize somebody? Which like, there's nothing dehumanizing about being a woman, but like there's just a different energy to somebody being like woman to somebody being like bro, you know? Because then it's like, especially when a dude uses it, then it's like he's trying to put you in your place by reminding you that you're a woman. I don't know. It just feels weird. Maybe I'm just like in my head, because as I said, I was sitting there for quite some time trying to like avoid having a panic attack. The thing that mostly gets me, like I can sit there and be uncomfortable for a while. That's kind of just my norm. As I sit here and be uncomfortable. I don't know. I feel like I need to throw on my back brace because my spine has been hurting to the point where it's like the inside of my body kind of feels like there's like a point, like part of my spine is pointed and it's pushing out, and that really hurts. So let me just. I forgot how much shit I had shoved in here yesterday. Can you see me? Just butt. So yes, just rip everything off the table. Rip everything off the table, but do not make my back brace loosen from the draw. Okay, back brace acquired. And now I shall put it on, and hopefully it shall keep me from having my spine poke out of my back. Okay. So yeah, if you are a male and you like to refer to females by their biological gender instead of their name, I would like you to leave a comment down below letting me know why you do that. If you could be ever so kind as to take a deep dive into yourself as well and reflect on the true fact of why you call females women, I would also like to know that, like, for one, like, can we be friends? Like, if you can dead sit there and actually take, like, a deep look into yourself and honestly be like, well, actually, now that you mention it, I guess I am coming from a disrespectful and dehumanizing place when I refer to females as women, especially those who I know are considered non-binary and do not identify as women. Like, you could offend me less by calling me son. I would still be a little offended. I might be a little twink bitch, but you are not my daddy. I only have one daddy. His name is Curtis. He's a good daddy. Okay? Your name is not Curtis. You are not a Walker. You are not Mr. Walker. So you are not daddy. I only have the one daddy. So, don't call me son. But I would prefer you call me son than if you were to call me woman, because then at least you wouldn't be blatantly disrespecting me to my face. But I would really like to know. I can't really I can give nothing but speculation, and my speculation is that it all comes from a bad place. My insides are on fire right now, you guys. Like, ever since last night, my acid reflux has just been fucking crazy. I don't know why. Maybe I should eat more. Probably, definitely. All I had yesterday was like snacks and some chicken nuggets. But I'm definitely gonna eat something later after I take a nap and have some therapy. My social worker recommended that I get a new therapist, which I'm gonna do soon, eventually. I'm tired of wasting therapy. And also, it would be nice to have somebody who doesn't talk nearly as much as I do, because if it's my therapy appointment, I would want to be doing most of the talking. Unless it's like the therapist doing an actual deep dive into what I just said and not just like the habits of people. Because this isn't about the habits of people. This is about me and how I've been affected by the habits of people. It's like understanding that a rapist has no self-control does not fix the fact that you were raped, But anyway, I just wanted to ramble a little bit because, I just had a conversation with my dealer. And we always have these weird conversations. And it's I'm not keen to point out to everyone that I'm non-binary, even though I do point out to everyone that I'm non-binary. And I do usually be screaming it from the rooftops. But I've come to find out if you don't say it to a person's face, they don't really acknowledge it. So it doesn't matter if it's your Facebook status or if your gender is set to male or non-binary or whatever. They still refer to you as whatever they perceive you as. Which is why I wish I looked more androgynous. So I would get woman less. I remember one time I went to a store and the sales associate accidentally called me sir. And I'm pretty sure I smelled like an idiot after that. And they were like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to call you that. And I'm like, no, it's fine. I prefer you say sir than ma'am. So thank you for not calling me ma'am. I don't even feel like I look like a ma'am. I don't identify as a woman. I don't identify as a girl. I don't identify as a man. I mean, I identify as a Barbie doll. LOL. Imagine. That's not far from it. Just if I could have no gender, that would be the best. That would be the best gender. No gender would be the best gender. Actually, I'd probably prefer to be a Ken doll. Kelly doll. Can I be Kelly? Kelly or Stacy? Well, Kelly and Stacy are the same person, I think. As long as I'm not the teenage girl. I don't remember her name. Shelly, I think. Whatever it was. Just flat. Actually, no, I don't want to be Kelly. Because Kelly doesn't have hips. Anyway, let's have a conversation about this. If you use the term woman a lot, Let me know why. Let me know where that stems from. If you want to make a video response, that'll be cool too. I'll watch it. Probably make another video response, and then we can talk to each other via video responses. Like two losers on the internet with really bad social anxiety to the point where they don't even want to like directly talk to another person that they're directly making videos towards. I mean, that's really weird, but I don't make the rules of social anxiety. I just try to get through the day without breaking my crutches, my social anxiety crutches. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Know that you are loved. Thank you for listening to these random feelings. Kirishima says goodbye. Yes, tomorrow that will be Hanako. That might be Kirishima and Hanako. Honestly, he is just the cutest little boy. I can't get his legs to be even. You see how uneven he looks standing there? I think my table is uneven. I don't look uneven, but like, he doesn't look even. And, well, I can't really get him. There's just something about Nendo dolls where it's like their feet, their legs aren't straight. That's a bad part of the hand, because it's like my hand goes up, so it's like one of his legs is longer than the other, and the leg that's shorter is on the part of my hand that raises, so it looks like he's standing straight. That's not a good example. Here, give me my wallet. Got my wallet Bakugo. But like, can you see how one foot isn't even touching? It's weird. They just have a thing where their left leg is longer than the right one, and I don't understand why that is. Time to strip my boy and figure out why his body's all wonky. But anyway, I have to go to the bathroom, so now I really am going to end this. Anyway, until next time, Internet Nation, know that, his leg fell off. Know that you are loved by me and all of my toys. All of them. All my toys. Yes, they usually are on this desk all together, because I like to keep them where I work, which is a terrible idea because then I get covered in paint and dust, and I keep getting ash on my table. It's terrible. It's a terrible time. I gotta be a more responsible human. But hey, tomorrow I'll be 28. That's like a brand new me, right? Okay, it's getting really bad. See you. Bye.